So, if you can't tell, I just saw a scary movie called The Woman in the Yard. The Woman in the Yard from Blumhouse. And basically, it's a story about a family who lives on the farm with this big ass land and whatnot, right? And the father, the husband, died not too long ago in a car accident. So it's just the mother and her teenage son and toddler daughter, or whatever is considered toddler. I don't know. She was probably like 8, 10. Anywho, basically, there is this woman dressed up like she's just left the funeral, sitting in their yard. She just appears out of nowhere, and she's like up there just going like, "Today's the day. Today's the day where your children are just so nice, just ripe enough to eat," right? And of course, it's very obvious she's some type of entity or whatever, and the mother knows about it. Like, she just knows off the bat. And basically, the movie is just kind of that. There's like the tension between the mother and the son that's really the main focus of the movie for the most part. Honestly, I'll say it was honestly more of the main focus than the supernatural aspect in itself. Because they don't like each other, it seems, at all. Anywho, this movie, I'm not gonna lie, was kind of a bore to watch. Like, I enjoyed it some moments, and I thought when she had like the little mask on and we couldn't see her face, and she was like, whatever she was speaking, and then just doing her little creepy shit, because she needs the light to make shadows out of things to fuck with shit, right? But like that, we don't really get much of that until like later into the movie. And then when we did start getting much of it, it's like it's getting ready to end, and you can tell. And then we find out there's some secrets there that the mom kept from the kids and whatnot. The son throughout the whole movie was kind of a crash out, but I feel like he was a valid crash out. An annoying crash out sometimes, but he was a valid crash out. Basically, and I don't care about any spoilers, I'm going to tell y'all right now. We went through this whole time loop thing. I don't even know I was confused for a moment because the entity took the daughter away, and she went back to go get the daughter back, right? Like in the Shadowverse, let's just call it that. And she's trying to get the daughter back, but she's like reliving the events that we've seen happen in the movie, but as the woman, the entity herself, and then some other shit. And we find out the reason why she knows who this woman is because it started back from the night where her husband crashed, and she confessed to the husband that this whole farming life, this having a farm out in the country, all this land, doing chicken and having kids there, having kids in general, is not what I want. Yeah, I don't want it. I thought I did, but I don't. Why do I have to compromise my happiness for everybody else's happiness? And this bitch really said, because the father was like saying we could work through it, like we could fix this, and like so we can all like find some type of peace. This bitch said I could just leave. I can just go. Because he was talking about we can't just keep moving doing that to the kids. And she's like, I could just go. I'll leave. This is why I said anybody can have kids, but not everybody's meant to be one. When a person says they don't want to have kids, this is why I said do not influence them to have kids. Because what you get is people like this. So basically, this entity only exists because of the fact that she does not want that lifestyle. She didn't want the farm. She didn't want the kids and all that. And yeah, she cares about them, but she did not want them. And the entity came from her praying every morning to give her strength. And to give her strength, because she's all, you think because her leg is all fucked up and whatnot, begin the movie, oh, she's saying that because, you know, she needs strength to get through the day with all the pain. Now we find out she's been praying every day to give her strength, and you might think, oh, give her strength to go on with the day. Nah, she's been praying to give her strength to off herself, but she hasn't done it. So this entity is basically her strength, creating whatever it is to give her the strength to finally do it. And that's where this movie started to get confusing. Like, she sends the kids away until, like, the entity tells her, oh, your kids will be safe as long as you release them right now or whatever. If you release them from the pain, so she leaves the kids. She makes the kids go run to the neighbor, and she goes in the shed with like the shotgun, and she's about to do it, which I guess is like she has to kill herself. That's how she's gonna save the kids, because that's what she's been want for the longest, is to off herself. But then we see a scene where she's like looking at the penguin, and the entity just like this like stuffed penguin that her daughter gave her, because her daughter didn't want her to be alone. And then the entity is trying to like force her to do it, like, you gotta do it, you gotta do it, you gotta do it. I know you don't want to, but you gotta do it. And we see the shadow of the entity go inside of her, and then it looks like she's possessed her and whatnot, but we don't see the gun. It doesn't go off. It doesn't show the gun going off. And then she walks out the shed, and then the kids come running back because they were worried about their mom, obviously, right? And she told the daughter, it looks like your penguin scared her away or whatever. And then the son's like asking, well, she comes back. And then she was like, she won't, but if she does, we'll be prepared for it, right? And then it ends with them walking back inside their house. Also, I forgot to mention, their electricity, at the beginning of the movie, the electricity was turned off, the dog got killed, the chickens got killed, their phones weren't charged, all that, right? So it ends with them walking into the house and they're happy. And as soon as they walk into the porch in the middle of the night, the power comes back on out of nowhere. Keep in mind, the power was only out because of the fact that she didn't pay her bill, right? They can't even afford dog food. And it just comes on out of nowhere. And then the dog runs up, and they're a happy family again. And I started saying to myself, oh, and also the farm, it's been a whole plot in the movie for the entirety of the movie. The father always wanted to name the farm, but they didn't have a name for the farm yet. They didn't have a sign, and he died before they could name it. But she didn't want to name it because she didn't know what to name it anyways. And then we see that sign says Iris Heaven, those flowers. And I started thinking to myself, are all these niggas dead? And because and then we see one of her paintings, and it has her signature, which is like Ramona or whatever, but we see the signature is in reverse, and the demon entity bitch, whatever her name is, she I don't know, she has like this powers, like this shadow power that she has like the powers of the Shadowverse. So that means everything will be in reverse, like a mirror. So I guess that means the entire family died. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. It's just nah, that was a nah for me. I give this movie I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna give this movie a 5 out of 10. Do not recommend. You can watch it if you want to just pass up time when it comes on TV. It's a Universal movie, so that means it's going to be in Peacock about 45 days from now. Not for me.